Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's so great to be talking with you all again here. And today I thought it would be great to talk with you all about how my husband and I decided that we wanted a second kid. I know I listen to many of these videos and everyone's situation is different, and so I thought putting out there into the world, into the universe, what helped us, figure that out and figure out our decision to have a second child. Maybe somebody else can resonate. Maybe somebody else can lean into what I'm going to say and accept that to be able to make their decision. And this is not going to be something super elaborative. It's going to be just a lot of what we felt and what we thought would be best for our life and our situation, and how we envision our family. And so, one, I think it's really important when you are making this decision, talking with your significant other, needing to be on the same page about what your life's going to look like, just not right now, but in the next 10 years, in the next 20, 30 years. This was a big part for us when trying to decide if we wanted another child to join our family, and also that timeline and the timing and what that looks like. So for us, we always try to picture holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, when we have family gatherings, looking at the table in the future, 20, 30 years from now, how many people do we envision around that table? How many kids plus significant others does that look like? And how does that make us feel? And for us answering that question, after having our first, it just felt empty. We love our first so much, and he is amazing and wonderful. For us picturing our family, we just felt like there was something missing. We needed more. And so that's why one of the big reasons why we decided to go ahead and want a second. We both have envisioned wanting that for ourselves, having multiple kids, even to the point where on our baby registry, we put a double stroller on there because we always envisioned having multiple kids, but we also, anytime anyone asks us, it's hey, we will see, because we want to reassess how we're feeling in these periods of our life. The other factor is timing. My husband comes from a family where everyone's 2 years apart, and then I come from a family of I want to be kids, and we're all about that year to year and a half, sometimes like that 2-year mark apart. So for us, we knew, hey, we're probably gonna want our kids closer together. We have both envisioned that, and then in regards to, hey, you just never know how long it's going to take when trying to conceive. And so for us, it's we knew from both of our backgrounds, we both enjoyed and have being close in age. So that's what we decided to go for. And it's hey, if things happen sooner, great, but if they take a little bit longer, that's okay too. And so that's why we went ahead with trying to conceive for our second, and they ended up being about 17 and a half months apart. Some would say, wow, that's crazy, good for you. So we were in the 2 under 2 for a few months there, but I thought it was going to be way more challenging, and that will be a separate video. But it's been wonderful having 2 under 2, and you just need to be able to take a step back and look at your current situation, look at your life. Finances is another very, very important part. We've been very fortunate with where we're at in our careers and our life. We have certain goals in mind for our kids and financially, and how we want to support them, just not now, but in the future. And having those discussions, we've had discussions with friends and family who want to be able to pay for their children's college. And for us, that's not a must-have for us. That, we want to be able to support just having some kind of funds and money for them that family and friends can support through. So 529s, mutual funds, just savings, so that they can choose, what they want to do when the age is appropriate, for them to be able to choose how and where to use that money, depending on which bucket we go into. For me, growing up, we were each on our own, to figure out what we wanted to do for college and our next steps and financing that. And my parents were super supportive and helping figuring that out and doing, co-signing, Parent Plus loans, and my husband's family as well. So figuring out what you want, do you want to pay for your children's college funds? Because that's an 18-year, savings that you're putting together for them. Is it that you're just wanting to be able to be there for them and support them and house them and give them food and just, daily living? Is it they may go into a very expensive sport, such as like travel hockey, for example? That is very, very expensive. And if that's your child's interest, do you want to be able to support that? That's another big discussion that we had I grew up doing travel sports, and they are very expensive. So having the funds or the finances set aside for if your child decides to go down that path, do you want to be able to support that? Or do you want to be able to support them in other activities, recreational activities, local teams? And you just have no idea what your child's interests are going to be. So thinking about the future and figuring out what does your family look like and how do you want to support that child if you decide to add another child to your family financially. How do you want to support them throughout their young years, and being able to continue that for us? It was important. If we were going to add a second, we need to be able to do whatever we're doing with the first to be able to do that with the second, and that's a core value for us. And we want things to be as equal between the kids as possible. So finances and just envisioning what does your family look like around the holidays, not even the holidays, but when everyone comes home to visit mom and dad, what does that look like for you? How many kids, how many significant others, and picturing what that looks like in your home at your table, I think was really helpful for us, and to be able to soak that in and what that feels like for us to be able to picture what we want our family to be and how we want it to grow and to look like. So I hope this is helpful to any woman, individual out there who is trying to figure out, should we add another to our family? And for us, it was a yes. It was an easy yes. We were both ready and very excited, and things have gone amazingly well. And so good luck to you as you figure out your journey and your next path and what that looks like. I hope all the best to all of you in making that decision, and just being supportive of yourself and your significant other as you navigate those conversations, and just be graceful and just be supportive and come with open ears, that your feelings may not match up to your significant others, and allowing time and space for you both to think things over and to reassess, I think, is really, really important, especially after having your first child, because crazy, every couple of weeks, even every week, things change so much. And so being able to come back to it after a couple weeks, and either you are both on the same page again, great, or hey, things have changed because the first one's being really finicky and not sleeping through the night, and then it's hard to envision and picture adding another one to your family. And yes, it always goes back to, there's no right time, there's no great time for trying to conceive and adding another child to your family. But I think in general, being aligned and having that right feeling, will be the right decision for you. So good luck everyone. Love you guys. Thank you for listening.